YouTube animators usually have it easy: colorful cartoons, fun storytelling, and a loyal fan base. But every once in a while, an animator pops up who flips that image upside down. And that's exactly why today, we're talking about the most hated YouTube animators. Rocky Raccoon. Initially creating his channel back in 2015, Rocky quickly became a hit thanks to his snappy, colorful animations that seemed perfect for kids. His videos pulled in millions of views, parents trusted the content, and kids couldn't stop watching. But here's where things started to change. Over time, fans began noticing that Rocky's content wasn't as innocent as it first appeared. Some jokes and storylines were getting weird. And the audience let him know. Imagine studying animation for 7 years for this. Help, what the fuck is this? However, Rocky wouldn't listen to these comments. Instead of dialing it back, in 2021 he took things a step further, uploading his now deleted animation featuring the young he doll from the popular show Squid Game. Once the video dropped, viewers wasted no time tearing it apart. It wasn't just the dance moves that had people upset. A lot of comments pointed out that the character looked a little too much like a child. In response, Rocky went live to try and clear things up, but instead, he poured fuel on the fire. His defense? He insisted it was just a doll. And that explanation only made people more uncomfortable.
Made an apology video about this. I did not mean to in any way like the Squid Game doll. At first I also did not that the girl was supposed to be a child, and because it's just a doll.
But things got even messier. Not long after, Rocky posted again, basically admitting he knew exactly what he was doing and brushing it off as just trolling for views. That move backfired completely. What he thought would come off as edgy humor only convinced people he didn't care at all. And at that point, his own community started to turn on him. Now, his newest uploads barely scrape a fraction of the numbers he used to pull, a brutal fall from grace for someone who once dominated the YouTube animation scene. But Rocky isn't the only one on this list. Next up is Nutshell Animations, a channel that looked unstoppable, racking up millions of views and building a massive audience. But here's the catch: what if I told you that the empire they built, over 10 million subscribers strong, was sitting on a foundation of lies? Starting back in 2018, Nutshell Animations quickly became a recognizable name in the YouTube animation scene. Their short, punchy meme skits, blending popular audio clips with quirky characters, spread like wildfire, dominating recommendation feeds and earning them a reputation as one of the fastest-growing animation channels on the platform.
I put my armor on, show you how strong I am.
However, behind those fun, fast-paced skits was a story that fans had no idea about. In January 2025, commentary YouTuber Bead0999 uploaded a video with a brutal title, Nutshell Animations, the most corrupt channel on YouTube. In that expose, Bead claimed that Nutshell didn't actually create any of the animations themselves. Instead, the channel was allegedly outsourcing everything to freelance animators, paying them shockingly low rates while the channel pocketed millions of views and ad revenue.
Steal an audio, and then on top of that, do none of the work, and have other people do it for you. I agree, it's scummy. Basically what happened is that I was contacted by 3 different people, all claiming to be animators for Nutshell, and outright saying that these are not allegations, and he does in fact pay $50 measly ass dollars for them to do his job.
And the internet did not take this lightly. Comment sections blew up with reactions like, "I always knew Nutshell was going to have some drama eventually, didn't expect this one though." And $50 is crazy low, even for a simple animation style. But the situation only spiraled from there. Multiple animators came forward again, claiming they were forced to complete 2 full animations before receiving any payment. And even then, payouts were reportedly delayed across multiple projects, while the channel completely ignored giving proper credit to the people actually doing the work. Eventually, after weeks of backlash, Nutshell Animations quietly began crediting animators in video descriptions. But at that point, many viewers were already asking the same question: was it too little, too late? Because while Nutshell Animations may have built their empire using shady tactics, they weren't the only animator caught in controversy. Rico Animations. With over 12 million subscribers, at first glance the channel looks completely normal: bright thumbnails, simple storytelling, and a massive following built on relatable animated skits. But once you start digging deeper, things get a lot darker. Viewers began pointing out how a huge chunk of Rico's content feels off. From recycled storylines to strangely familiar character designs, the channel started raising eyebrows for all the wrong reasons. And it didn't take long before people began asking, is Rico Animations even original at all? Because of these questionable uploads, critics began lumping Rico in with other problematic channels like Rocky Raccoon. What makes it worse is that Rico's channel description openly admits the content is sus and not meant for kids. But here's the issue: the cartoonish, bubbly art style still pulls in a much younger audience. So while Rico can claim it's all just edgy humor for older viewers, in reality, millions of children are still watching, and parents are not happy about it.
Guys, I think my son has a girlfriend. Oh my gosh, look at him. Look. Oh my gosh. Look, I've seen him act like this before, and I don't know what it means. Oh my gosh.
On top of everything else, a lot of fans have called out Rico's content as straight-up brain rot. Despite the backlash, the channel is still up and running with no major issues from YouTube itself. But the community's reaction remains a strange mix of disgust and fascination. People can't stand the content, yet they can't look away either. But unlike Rico Animations, Vivian Madrono, better known as Vivzypop. On one hand, she's a powerhouse in online animation, the creator of Hazbin Hotel and Helluva Boss. Her wild, colorful style and unapologetically mature themes made her a standout. But for every fan who praises her as a visionary, there's another who swears she's one of the most problematic names in the scene. The drama goes way back to 2016, when she introduced JoJo in Zoophobia. Some viewers saw the character as an exaggerated caricature of a trans person, and that single decision sparked years of distrust that never really went away. Then came Hazbin Hotel, specifically the song Lose a Baby. Instead of inspiring empathy, parts of the lyrics left fans feeling like Vivzypop was poking fun at serious issues. Reactions were brutal. That's an interesting choice of music for a kids' party. And if young kids are watching Hazbin Hotel, I'm gonna lose it. What's interesting is that her supporters argued she was just pushing boundaries, while critics claimed she was crossing them. And in the middle of that chaos, Vivzypop herself rarely gave clear answers, which only made people dig their heels in harder. She proved that talent can make you famous, but it won't protect you from controversy.